do 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 do. Hello lovely people, my name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel, welcome if you are new. I just have a quick little treat for you today. I have been a very busy bean. I've been doing lots of exciting things. I thought I'd just give you a little catch up on what's been keeping me busy and what's coming up. So if you don't care about that, you can skip to the next chapter, I don't mind. My feelings won't be hurt at all. I'm very fragile. This has been a crazy little week for me. I had a friend staying over, which was really nice, so I was entertaining and not working. I could have been working. Sometimes you just want to spend time with your friend and have a good time. And we went to Death Note the musical. Oh my god, it has no fucking business being as good as it is. It's so good. The English demos are on YouTube. I highly encourage you to have a listen if you're interested. Where is the justice? Is there any justice? So obsessing over that and listening to the songs on repeat has taken up a bit of my time. Oh my god, I'm so coldy. I'm very phlegmy, which is a fact you needed to know. I've also totally strained my voice, so one thing I've been doing, which I think I've mentioned on here, I'm not sure. I definitely have on my social medias, so if you want to know the ins and outs and goings on of my life, that's follow me on the social medias. I actually do need a tissue. I look for patterns on the screen. What was I saying before I blew my nose? Death Note, phenomenal, love it. Very coldy, strained my voice. So something I think I've mentioned, but maybe not. I've been doing a short course in musical theatre for beginners. Yo, it's amazing. I'm having a phenomenal time. It's very intense for beginners. The vibe through the whole class is like, holy shit, this is beginners? So, absolutely loving it. Very intense. There's a lot of homework. So, I've had to spend not that much time, but quite a bit of my weeks every week going over songs and dances. So, we just had week 3 of 7. 7 being the showcase, the performing everything, and it's really intense. As I say, we're doing a Les Mis medley. Les Mis, unbelievably hard to sing. Oh my god, the range on the songs in Les Mis, good god, for somebody who has never learned to sing, really hard. All that jazz, we're singing and dancing, excited about that. I can hear all the notes in all that jazz, and it's really fun, and I really like it. That's my favourite bit, although we've not learnt the dance yet, so I will see. And then we're doing a dance only to You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray, which is actually a lot of fun. I don't feel like I'm fit. I've got 4 weeks to get fitter, I think, so I can handle it a bit better, because I've been bringing a sweat towel to the classes, and I can't just go off and towel myself in the showcase. So okay, so yeah, that's been taking up a lot of my time, especially this week, because first of all I was entertaining a friend, so the first half of my week was just kind of gone, and then I had the dentist, and I haven't had the dentist since before COVID, so that was terrifying. It went fine, don't have to have any work done, so it's all good, but you know, dentist, and then went back later in the day for the hygienist. That was the day gone because I was stressing about that. Oh, my life. So this week, yesterday, and also hence, I think all of the coldiness and the vocal strain and stuff coming out more now because I know it's over, we had to all in the class do a solo song from Les Mis in front of the group. Now listen, I can deal with a small group or audience, and then the performer in me kicks in and I can make it work. A certain size group, say 16, terrifying, absolutely terrifying. You know, YouTube is just like, it's talking to yourself, innit? It's just talking to yourself, and then sometimes if the YouTube gods favour me, loads of people will see it, and it's like, cool, that's a lot of people, but it's so divorced from me here that it's not like, I'm not like, oh, what if people are going to see me being weird? I'm like, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm being weird on camera for people to see. So it's fine. I've also been doing performing arts, acting, stuff like that since I was a kid. So it doesn't, I get nervous. I think most people do. I've worked with, you know, actors and directors who've been doing this for their entire lives and they still get nervous. I think that's just part of caring about what you do, so that's fine. I think I've kind of mistaken this whole time nerves, like normal nerves, butterflies, for what stage fright actually is. Because I've been doing, like, I did youth theatre. I was part of a forest youth theatre because I come from the forest. You may be familiar with my work as a garden gnome. So because I've been doing that for so long, and I always got nervous before a show, but I was never, like, paralysed with fear. I never couldn't do it or, you know, like, did something wrong or weird because I was so nervous. It was always fine. So I've been kind of divorced from this idea of stage fright, not really understood it, to be honest. I have so much sympathy now for people who get stage fright because, oh my god, the singing, I was so nervous beforehand. I didn't have as much time to prepare as I would have liked. I knew the words. I opted not to do the full song because that was a choice we had and I was more comfortable with the lyrics, and it gets really high at the end because I was doing a song from Les Mis I was doing on my own. So I sort of over-prepared and my voice was a bit strained, and I've been doing all of the talking that I do for my job every day so much. And so it got there and I was so nervous. Dude, I was so nervous. I was like, you know, like my heart was sort of palpitating the entire time. And it got to finally me doing it. And my voice was a little bit shaky in places because I was physically shaking. And I had my lyrics on my phone in front of me, which I didn't need, but it was more of a comfort thing, just in case. Every now and then practicing, I had gotten like 2 of the verses sort of mixed up. So I was like, no, I need the lyrics. And I just looked at them and sang the whole song like this. And I couldn't look away. I was like paralyzed by fear. Like I couldn't look up. It was bizarre. And then once I'd done it and talked to the teachers and everyone, the whole group was so supportive. Everyone was really, really supportive of each other. And there were some people who were like classically trained singers and come from choirs and were amazing. There were some people who had, like me, never sung in front of people before and were absolutely terrified. It was a real mix of like skill levels, and everyone did really well and was really, really supportive. So bless the group. And then the teachers sort of talked through it and they gave us lots of tips. I have a notebook full of, you know, tips on singing for musical theatre and performing for musical theatre, which is really cool. And then they gave me an exercise to actually perform it, or perform a verse looking at people. So I wasn't staring at my phone. and it was fine. Suddenly it was fine. I was still, in between finishing the song and doing that exercise, I came this close to crying just from pure adrenaline. I didn't feel sad or happy, or it was just like pure adrenaline coursing through my body. But that went away enough for me to do an exercise, and then suddenly it was okay. And I'm really glad I did it, because I know that next time it will be that pure terror will be gone. So that's part of what this is all about. Honestly, my biggest fear with this musical theatre course is the dancing. Because I kind of was like, well, I can blend into the back of a chorus. It's fine. Nobody will even really, with 16 of us, nobody's even going to really hear my voice, probably. So I'm not worried about that. But then it came to doing a solo and yeah, so, and I sat down and I was like talking to somebody and I was like, I got pins and needles. I guess I stopped breathing. Like by the end, I was like, I had pins and needles in my hands and I was like, I nearly cried from the adrenaline. And people were like, oh yeah, that's stage fright. What? That's what people feel when they get stage fright? Oh my god. So yeah, understand that now. You have my utmost empathy now. If you are somebody who experiences stage fright, I actually understand what that means now. I didn't know I was gonna be that terrified, but I was. And then in the end it was fine. I stuck one of my practices up on Patreon because in my head I was like, it's way less scary to just post a video of me singing and not being great to an already supportive community who is literally there to support me. And I mean, I think probably this is mostly because we did a proper warm-up with the, you know, professional musical theatre director. Way better, apart from the shaking and this, went way better in the room than it did in the video. So that turned out to be a great warm-up. But yeah, so that has taken up a lot of my energy this week. Like, again, because it was so nerve-wracking, I'm now also exhausted, like physically, emotionally. Oh my god, and I was, I didn't really sleep last night because I was still, I don't know, I was still thinking about it. I couldn't get away. In my head, I was still singing the song over and over. I just couldn't get away from that space, so I'm tired. So basically, that's going to continue to eat up some of my time if I'm slightly less active everywhere than usual. That's why, because I've got 4 more weeks, well, just under. In 4 weeks' time, I'll have just done the actual showcase and it'll be over. So for a month, I'm still going to be quite busy practicing my dancing and my singing and all that jazz. It's so fun to try new things. It really is. It's really fun to step outside of your comfort zone and just force yourself to do things. I had this feeling like it would be absolutely terrible, but I went anyway because, and this is something that I learned in therapy, it can be useful, just that if you're terrified of something and so you avoid it, all you do is you keep the fear for next time and you build up extra layers and layers of fear. Whereas if you have the fear and then do it, you release that. Because nothing is ever as bad as you catastrophize in your head. So glad to be doing it. Expecting Matt to laugh at me. Expecting to do some moves wrong in the dances and whatever. But I'm going to give it my all anyway. Because that's what we're doing. Okay, what else have I been doing? I've also had, if you can believe I managed to squeeze everything in, I've also had a couple of self-tapes this week for some projects. A couple of those were callbacks, which is really, really nice. Even the indiest projects get hundreds of applicants, so it's really nice. I had a couple of scripts that I really, really, really like, and I really like the concepts and the characters, so that's really fun to play with. Trying to approach that in a really positive way and not in a, oh no, I really like it, I bet I won't get it, oh no. Trying to just enjoy the material while I can have fun with it instead. So part of the reason as well that I'm just throwing out a short little video for you this week, there's no time if I do a big video. If I had a big video ready to film, I wouldn't be able to edit it in time. So there's that. Also, as I mentioned last week when I did my video on the flat earth chap who thinks I'm just too damn satanic, I have encountered a number now, like a surprising number of biblical flat earthers is how they describe themselves, of people who part of their belief in a flat earth stems from their reading of the Bible in a strange literalist sense. And I think that's so weird and interesting and just contradictory to the history of Christendom that I wanted to make a video on it, as I said last time. So I've already got 3 pages of notes. We're doing what the Bible says, what the church has always said, and then a bit about why there's this myth that the church, at one point or another, or whatever Christian church is at one point or another, denied that the earth is a globe. So that's taking a lot of time and research. It's super cool and interesting. I think it's going to be really fun. I hope that you find it interesting, and it might attract some biblical flat earthers who will consider their position, at least from, you know, a Bible perspective, and that might, you never know, it could do something, I hope. So that is coming next week, which is going to be very exciting, but yes, it's too much work to squeeze into like a day, a day and a half. There's no way. And yesterday I was just practicing singing. That was it. I couldn't focus on anything else because I was too in that zone, so I couldn't I did 3 pages of notes, and I couldn't get any more done, so I need to finish doing my research and prep for that so I can film it and then edit it and post it on YouTube, because that's how that works. That's what we do. So do look forward to that next week. I'm also assuming the weather is manageable next week. I'm going to take out my Polaroid and do my Polaroid photo challenge for Emma Thorne Backstage. If you're not following me over there and you want to see that, then you should go over there and subscribe so you do see that. It's going to be fun. I've got lots of really good suggestions from Patreon and from members over on that channel, so very excited to go and get some cool pictures. For today then, thank you and bless you if you have bared with me this entire time. I thought this would be a great opportunity, and I thought the best gift I could give you as a little apology for not having a big video this week would be to perform a miracle for your very eyes. One of the pinnacle miracles of Jesus Christ himself. I guess performing miracles in I Am Jesus Christ, the game, gave me a real taste for doing miracles. So here is one of those miracles now. How intriguing, how mystical, how mysterious. If you would like to know how this miracle was performed, stay tuned for next week. Put your guesses in the comments below. Do give this video a little like if you tolerated it. I promise next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Have yourselves a very lovely week. Listen to the Death Note musical demos on YouTube. It's so fucking good you don't understand. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's video on the biblical flat earth. I'm busting out the Bible, it's gonna be good. Do consider checking out Emma Thorne backstage if you'd like to see more from me. Consider following Little Duck Gaming if you like video game content. We've got lots of cute little wholesome stuff going on there. I'm about to finish Smushy Come Home so you can watch the whole playlist. If you want something cute and silly to watch in the background, I recommend. You can also come and hang out on Twitch. I'm gonna be live tonight in a couple of hours from Upload. I'll be playing spooky games with my friends Connla and Willow. We're going to do some ghost hunting and phasmophobia, so come and follow me at Emma Little Duck on Twitch if you like the sound of that, / if you would like to bully me live on the internet. A lot of people have fun with that. Lot of people. Before we go, I must give a big old thank you and a shout out to my giant chickens and colossal quackers over on Patreon. Have yourselves a very lovely and blessed week, and I will see you really soon.